the reference photo for our swan, and I'm imagining the white swan against a very wispy background of some very pale colors, and just the swan kind of emerging from it. So I'm going to mask, but I'll probably mask much of the swan, but maybe not all of it, because I'd like some of the wisps to come through it and do some of this area in a lifted manner. For the background of the swan, I want to try some very wispy looks. So I'm going to begin by covering the paper in alcohol, and that will give the ink somewhere to flow. And I'm going to drop in two very pale colors. This is shell pink, and cool berry. I need a little bit of darker ink in here. So this is our swan with the very pale background, and I'm going to remove the masking fluid. First thing I'm going to do is use the brush and alcohol and lift out more of the swan. Since it's highly likely that our pencil lines will show through, I'm going to take a little bit of time and actually remove them to the best of my ability with the pointy swab. The plus side of removing them is that we're actually lifting quite a bit of ink in some of these areas that are white. And it also serves to soften some of these edges. Now that the pencil line is relatively softened and some of the edges are softened, I'm going to continue that more aggressive lifting in some of these areas that are definitely a lot lighter than I've got, which might be right in here. I'm going to add in some of the darker values in the swan, and I'm going to use the same colors that we used in the background. So this is Cool Berry, and I might have to go darker, but we'll start with that. And the other colors will be the shell pink and some lemonade. This is the lemonade. And the shell pink. This is the pointy swab to both lighten and blend and break up some of the color. Bring some darker values in, and I'm going to go slowly with that. This is a gray marker, and just slowly build up. I'm going to use the gray marker where the black is on the face, and I'll probably end up going closer to black, but I wanted to start out kind of soft. And now I'll blend this in. This is a slightly darker marker. And softening. This is the black pen. I'm going to go ahead and add in the actual very dark values here. I'm using a stippling technique. We'll see if that gives me the dark values without being quite as dark as a pure black color in. And some orange. This is just alcohol. Adding in another layer of cool Perry. And some more of the lemonade. This is the snow cap. I'm going to use it for the lighter areas of the swan. And I'm just painting it in. The underneath layers of ink are coming through, so we're getting lots of gentle shading, and it looks like it might take several coats to bring it up to white in the whiter areas. Before going much further, I think I'd like to add some snowcap to the background, and I'm going to do that with the canned air. So I'm going to put this over our guy's little face here so that hopefully it won't get bothered. And I'm going to add maybe a little bit more ink, a little bit of alcohol, and the snowcap into the background. This is some snow cap on the cotton ball. And I'll go back to adding a few more layers of white. Adding a few details with the white pen.